Hello everybody and welcome back to another World of Warships Legends video, and today we will be checking out the new Tier 5 British battlecruiser Renown. To be honest, I had little trouble playing this ship at first. It didn't seem to really live up to the hype in my mind, but I held my judgment and, got all the upgrades, and I tried out a few different builds and I settled on 2. Okay, we're going to have 2 games in this video, as is normally standard for my channel, and each one is going to be a different commander build. For this first game here, we are going to be using Charles Madden with our inspirations of Paolo Di Ravel and Otto Ciliax. We're just going full brawler with this one, because we're also using running with scissors, which is a skill I normally don't like. I don't think it's very good, and I don't run it. But trust me, it's going to work wonders for this ship. I don't know why this ship in particular, but whatever. So these are commander builds that I kind of run. I don't want to normally, because normally I just go full dispersion on a battleship, but I decided to experiment a few times. And obviously these are the 2 builds I landed on that worked. And honestly, these builds made the ship both a breeze to grind through. Not that it was bad to begin with, but it made it a breeze to grind through and an absolute blast to play. We do get a bit greedy with a shot on that Omaha there, and we end up ramming the island, and we don't hit him. But yes, anyway, Omaha. This is a down tier on the map fault line. We've got the A spawn. We've got 3 destroyers in our team, the enemy gets 2, which isn't very fair, but whatever. Matchmaking's high, what's new? Enemy Omaha is doing Omaha things, he's dead. Bizarrely not getting dev struck by a battleship this time. He's actually got killed by a destroyer and lasting less than 2 minutes, but he's probably new, that might have even been his first Tier 4 game, so, it's not criticising too harshly here. So with the Omaha gone, we're obviously... I'm going to say the ship is most definitely a brawler. You'll see a lot of people trying to backline snipe with this thing. But even, unlike Repulse, its sister ship Repulse, the ship is definitely more of a brawler in my mind. And, well, actually, let's go over the pros and cons of this ship for a little bit, whilst we're going to take a not very good shot at the enemy Cavor there. The guns, the ship's got fantastic guns. They're the most accurate battleship guns in the game. They're 15-inch, so they enjoy that nice overmatch, which allows you to punch through the bows of every battleship you can face. I mean, literally all of them, even up to... I mean, especially since we're running a brawler build, and our dispersion is still pretty good there. I mean, I'm not sure what happened to those 2 shells that were nearly touching. They just went in the water. We still get a pen. The armor on this ship is also really good, which is, it doesn't make a lot of sense because it's meant to be a battle cruiser. But for some reason, unlike Repulse, this ship is 25 everywhere, like the Warspite and the Queen Elizabeth at the same tier. So you get the same armor, but you don't trade speed, like Warspite and Queen Elizabeth are obviously like Dreadnoughts. I mean, Queen Elizabeth isn't slow, it's actually pretty quick for a Dreadnought. But it's still a Dreadnought. Meanwhile, this thing, you get the luxuries of having the same armor, and you also get the battlecruiser speed at the same time with the engine boost. I mean, it's just a bit ridiculous. I'm not sure what they were thinking here. Oh, and also gets torpedoes, in case you haven't noticed. This is just something all the British battlecruisers get. They get those really weird, sometimes underwater, sometimes not underwater torpedoes that do turning things. Anyways, enough about that. We're going all in on a push here. Unfortunately, our friendly Fubuki's died. We avoid the cross torp from the destroyer at B, so now we're just pushing this Cavor out. And because of, the 25, this is just something Repulse couldn't do right here. Because obviously Repulse would just be overmatched into oblivion, because Repulse is, I think Repulse is 16. Either way, we're going to get some decent salvos. We open up maybe a bit too early there as he reloads, so we get a bit of a nasty chunk there from the enemy Cavor, but we finish him off with guns, so honestly, waste of torps, not going to lie. But we're now going to push out this Fuso, and then an enemy through attacker turns up, which is a bit of a shock. But he's actually AFK. He's just not going to move, he's not going to shoot, whatever. So he's definitely not a threat. We're just going to push up to this Fuso here. We're going to try a little bit of a drive-by. Fire the front 2 guns there, get 1 hit and get a Citadel, and we're going to fire the rear gun and get 1 hit and get a Citadel. Which, I don't know what it is about these guns. They seem punchier than the regular 15-inch Mark 1s you get on ships like Queen Elizabeth and Warspite, and hell, even Vanguard, which has the same guns. We're going to turn around and we're going to get our port torpedoes off here on the enemy Fuso, which would hopefully be enough to kill him. in the process, I think we are going to ram a rock for the second time this game, because it just seems to be something I like subconsciously doing. Okay, don't judge. He fired a rear turret through attacker. Don't really get anything out of it, unfortunately. But the pros of having very few guns is that you've got really good reload. I can't remember what the reload on this is here. I know there is a skill. There is a skill you can take on Fisher, which makes you reload better per like percent of HP. I think it's 0.1% better reload per 1% of HP you've lost. Something like that. We're going to fire it through attacker again, but alas, nothing. But I think with our build here with Charles Madden, I think our reload is dastardly good, like kind of too good to be even realistically possible. We get the Citadel Bell on that final salvo and manage to kill him, and that's when the Andrea turns up. This is just non-stop brawling. I've said before, this is where the ship kind of shines in my opinion, and not a backline sniper unlike Repulse. Even if they're sister ships, vastly different in playstyle. And that is what I like about the British battle cruisers. It's kind of like the German battleships and battle cruisers, is that they're meant to be really good at close range. These ships kind of excel at close range. And we pick up a nice 9k there, because we're only 2 pence, because we got a damage buff from Ciliax as well. Obviously, he can't overmatch us, so we're just going to go straight in. He's just going to sit flat broadside, so we're going to try and get, we're going to hope for some sisters, but we're not going to get any on him, unfortunately. I'm kind of worried about the New York shooting us here, but, well, I think he fired one shell and it didn't go anywhere near us, so. Andrea, he switches to high explosive here. Not the worst idea, actually pretty good idea. He can't overmatch us and he might knock out some torpedo tubes. Unfortunately for him, he does not do that, and we get all of our torpedoes away. I'm kind of banking on the fact that he doesn't think that we have torpedoes, because, well, let's be honest, most battleships don't. And well, he turns away, so I'm assuming he must have done at some point, or the textability on him is just that bad. I can't remember. Either way, we shoot him into his overmatchable booty, and there's nothing you can do about it, and he gets took to death. He does set us on fire there with his main guns, just before he dies. But because we've got our, our heals going, it's not going to be quite enough to kill us. This game is just an absolute massacre, really. It's down to the 7-minute marker here, and we've only lost 3 destroyers, and they've lost 7 ships in total. Just another one of these games that's really over before it even begins. I mean, our battleship in A hasn't even left the cap yet, because comparatively we're just so fast compared to the other battleships. I think it's, what was it again? I think it was about 36, I think we can get with this build, 35, with the engine boost active. Which is it's really good speed for legendary tier or tier 8, but for tier 5 it is absolutely insane. So in the end, with this game here, we're not going to be shot quite enough to get the Dreadnought, and we don't get the fireproof, despite my best efforts allowing the fire to just burn. Not going to happen, unfortunately. But I'll just wait for this destroyer to die here, because he's beached himself, and there's Cavor in front of him. He's probably going to get sapped secondary to death, or just main gunned by the Bayern, apparently. So yeah, 136,000 damage in the Renown. We get 2,309 base XP. 4 kills. Sadly, no Kraken, but that's just the way it goes. And I think now will be a perfect time to move on to the next battle. So we're actually starting this battle a bit late, because I may or may not have forgotten to hit record. But either way, we're using a different build for this one. This one is Jackie Fisher with Emil Gaprat and Comrade Helfrich. We're just going all in on speed. We're using his unique speed skill. And we're going to get some insane speed. We're going to be brawling as well in this one, don't you worry. This isn't going to be sitting at the back of the map sniping. As I said, you should not be doing, as it looks like right now, Give it time. This is going to be a pretty intense brawling game here. We're going to get quite a few medals, let's say. So we've already seen, you can see here, we've got almost a perfect brawling opportunity. We can maybe get rid of that Kirov and that Bayern if we go forwarding around the island. So, well, that's what we're going to be doing here. Just talk you through my thought process, you know. So, we've got no more ships to shoot at. We're just going to throw on the engine boost. We're going to get round to go to this brawling potential as fast as possible. Our cruiser here, I forgot what it is. The cruiser in front of me is going around the island first. He's not going to last. I don't think he's really going to do much. He's going to perish. I actually get 5 pens on that Renown, which is surprising. You know, normally I build for full accuracy, obviously, because accuracy is one of the most important stats on a battleship. I mean, you shoot every like 30 seconds. You want those salvos to really count. But to be honest, Renown is... I'm not a big fan of the whole, it's so accurate you don't have to run an accuracy build on things, because most common excuse I've heard of that one is when you don't run an accuracy build on Warspite, which I think is just wrong. But Renown, you're always going to be, hopefully you're going to be close range, so it's not going to matter as much. As I said, pretty good brawling ship here, so we're actually not running Wheel Dispersion. Honestly, if I had to pick my favourite build outside of accuracy, it would be full speed because it's just so funny. I think this build you can get something, just some absolutely ridiculous speed. You just watch the bottom right, it'll probably tick up. Forgot what it is, maybe like 38.5 knots, I think. Either way, our Omaha has just been Omaha'd and he's dead. Although we did actually do a lot of damage to Akirov, to be fair. Pretty good shot there into the barn as well, with 12,600 damage. Again, 15-inch guns. They hit in these tiers. Kirov, you know, we can overmatch him. Yeah. I mean, obviously he's going to go about the smallest side possible, but again, 23-second reload, by the way, on these guns. I just saw there. And I'm just going to get shorter the less health you have, thanks to the unique skill Fisher gets. And of course we're not using gyrating drill bits, so we don't get our speed down, because I believe in speed and power. We launch our torpedoes here at the Bayern, and we can overmatch the top part of his bow, because the Bayern does have an icebreaker. That's what we do, and we actually take out a turret in the process. You know, I don't really know what the Bayern's plan here is, because he's just kind of sitting there and reversing. Don't ask me. But because he's just kind of travelling in a straight line, we're going to land 2 torpedoes on him there. We're going to get another turret. And that's where the enemy Ramat turns up. Obviously, Ramat, we don't want to be torped by that, or HE spammed by that, left with that. Well, Ramat's going to Ramat. Enemy Renown gets a pretty decent shot into us there. Renown. Enemy Bayern's going to fire one of his turrets. And we're going to take one last desperate shot at this Ramat here before we go around the corner. And we get 2 Citadels and the Dev Strike, whilst we land the torpedoes on the Bayern, killing him, securing us a devastating strike, high caliber, and close quarters expert. Not close quarters expert. Sorry. So anyway, that's put us in a pretty good position for the rest of this game. This game is still preferable, but honestly, I'm feeling pretty confident at this point. We did get a shot into Tennessee there. 4 pence of 5k, unfortunately. Saturation just kind of screwing us over there. We're just going to, you know, pop the heel. Because you do get 5 with Fisher, because Fisher's a ridiculously good commander. Pop the engine boost again, because you get 3 with Fisher, because Fisher's a ridiculous commander. We pick up the kill on the Tennessee, which is taking us to 4 kills, so Kraken, very much possible in this game. And because this Renown, who's been doing the opposite of what you should be doing, I mean, he's just been at like the back 3 lines of the back 3 squares of the game the entire time, and now he's cornered himself. So we're going to be taking our opportunities. We utilise the smoke here. We don't get spotted. So yeah. Get 4 pens, take him down to 11k. Now we just need to get this kill here without the light cruiser. By the way, props to the light cruiser. He's been playing it pretty well this game. Not sure about the whole reversing broadsides of a Renown thing, but it seems to work out for him in the end. Now we're going to try and aim up into his upper bow here / superstructure since he's turning in, and it looks pretty good. But we don't quite kill him. We get a shatter, probably on his... honestly, I don't know what we're shattering. I've got a ricochet, probably on his conning tower or something stupid. But either way, next time I reload on his guns, again, incredibly good. Too good. The ship might be a bit too good, to be honest. And we pick up the kill, secure the Kraken. I think I remember at this point I wasn't even aware that we were going to get a Kraken with that kill, but hey, we still get a Kraken. We're going to pick up the base as well, and we're going to use our stupid good speed now to get around to the other side of the map. I can't remember what the last 2 ships are. I think they might be Devonshire and California, so not the most threatening ships on our planet. If anything, I'm more scared of the Devonshire than the California, which is... I mean, that sounds weird, I know, but...
Engine boost deactivated.
California can't overmatch us, and Devonshire can absolutely ruin us with fire explosive. Because, well, 8-inch guns, anything, any armour, 8-inch HE will ruin any ship, no matter what guns it comes from. Particularly Renown, which is 25 all over the place, and you also get the superstructure. Big, blocky UK superstructure. Talking about the armour, I just want to point out the Citadel. It can be hit, but not reliably, I'd say. You can Citadel Renown, you can Dev Strike Renown, it's a Citadelable battlecruiser, but it's not a guaranteed Citadel. It's one of those, like, it's kind of at the waterline-ish, and it's got some weird, funny armour from the torque protection or something, I don't know. So, if you're Citadeling Renown, it'll probably be in something of good pen angles, like the American battleships. Enemy Devonshire here, he's going all in, he's pushing 2 battleships, plus me as well, and enemy battleship goes down. So it's just for Devonshire left. I'm kind of wondering what he's doing, trying to predict where he's going to take the shot. I predict he's going to make a full turn here, and I unload the guns. He doesn't, he actually stops, but, well, overmatch is a fickle thing, and we get to Citadel anyway, because, well, fun mechanic, he had fun. And so that leaves us with 146,591 damage. In the Renown here, we get the double strike, the high caliber, the Kraken, and the devastating strike. 6 kills, by the way, almost 3,000 base XP. Very, very nice game. Also got us a lot of XP as well. 6,800 XP, I think we were using XP boosters. So, on to the final thoughts for today's particularly short video. So, the Renown. Honestly, a bit of a hardship for me to master personally. Probably not that difficult for a lot of other people to master. But really an outstanding battleship at tier 5. This is one I'd take into like ranked and whatnot in arena. So should be a really easy grind to get through. Tiger is a pretty easy grind to get through as well. So I've got my hopes up for this line. Because so far, seeming really good. If it's just more Renowns and Tigers, I'm going to be over the moon. So hopefully I will see you guys all next week with a video on the, the Rooke, that one, tier 6. I haven't heard very many good things about the Rooke, but so far I haven't got it fully upgraded. So far it seems alright, you know. I don't really get the Rooke hate. So yeah, I'll see you for that video, and if you enjoyed, please do like and subscribe, if you would be so inclined. And toodaloo, au revoir, bye bye.